Welcome viewers and dear students. In this sessions we have to see about projections of points. So already I stated in the theory of projections. So why we are going for projections. So any representation of an object on the screens that is in different views. So that is the basic of construction of any entities or objects that should be based on number of points. So that's why first we are learn about points, how it to be projected. So here a solid may be generated by a plane moving in space. A plane may be generated by a straight line moving in space, and a straight line in turn may be obtained by a point moving in space. In animations you have to see. So the first animations here. So how the point tracing a straight lines. Try to see. If you are tracking a points vertically, it generate straight line. This is the concept. So by number of points you are able to generate straight lines. By number of straight lines, in this number of straight lines it to generate surface, plane surface. A number of plane surface tends to generate solid objects. So this is the basics. So the initial steps we have to consider to construct any object is a point. That's why we are able to see the projections of points. 2-view projections of points, 3-view projections of points. I already stated in the theory of projections, whenever we are mentioned projection, minimum 2 views. So that is elevation and plan, that is minimum. So we have to represent on a paper or a plane surface. So by dividing the sectors, that is we are reference as a reference line, that is XY line, above the XY line and below the XY line. So whether it to be in a vertical plane or in a horizontal plane. So whatever the projection projected onto the horizontal plane, that is rotated by 90° towards clockwise, then whatever it to be in front of vertical plane, that should shown or represent below XY. So whatever it to be behind the vertical plane, that should be above XY. So that is the concept. So 2 view of points. The projection of points is situated in which quadrant? Suppose first quadrant. Already I stated in the previous session, different coordinates are there. First quadrant, second quadrant, third and fourth quadrant. So it is the first angle projection, second angle projection, third angle projection and fourth angle projection. So if we take first quadrant, so in the first quadrant is nothing but you are placing the point, the true letters we are specified are mentioned to as a capital letters, because the true. So whatever it is, if any letters mentioned as a capital or uppercase, so that letter denoted. So what it is, it's a true object, true image, true sense. So that is the logic here. But if we are placing that point above HP and in front of VP, that is first quadrant or first angle projection. So if you are placing, so how it to be projected onto the paper or in the plane, that is in animations we are seeing, is it? In these animations, try to see in this animation, a point A is there, a rays, that is projectors guiding the capital A and projected onto the vertical plane. So that is A dash, because it is elevation, A dash. Then from the top view, from the top rays tracing on, project on the horizontal plane, then rotate 90°. So that comes down below XY, that is plan view. So lower case without dash, so that gives us a projection. So this is. So what about second quadrant, that is placing behind the vertical plane and above horizontal plane, that is the logic. So similar. Try to look at this animation. So it is behind me. So try to see that animations, how it is working on. So while the rays are tracing the two object and projected onto the plane, then it to be transferred as in a plane by rotating the horizontal plane 90 degree. So here both views are represent above, both views are represent above xy, a dash as well as a, already I stated. So whenever we are observe or we are try to give letter, capital letter mention true position or true object, so true sense, but instead of capital letters, if any letters that is lowercase, we are pronounced as a small letters. So those letters represent in two forms. So with dash, without dash. With dash means it represents elevation. So it represents elevation, that is front view. So without dash it represents top view. So others you have to mention a double dash because end elevation. So only end elevation is required, other bottom view not required for our theory of projections. So this is the concepts. Yeah, if it is third quadrant, so the points located below HP behind vertical plane. So what is the sense? Yeah, your elevation is below xy and the plan view above xy. Yeah, here that is inverted, that is simply we are pronounced ulta, is it like that. So that is the logic behind in third angle projection or third quadrant. So that is projection of theory here. Then fourth quadrant, so it to be below xy in front of VP. So then you projected the front view onto the vertical plane, that is below xy. So top view projected onto the horizontal plane by a rotation of 90 degree, it is again positioned onto the vertical plane below xy. So both views are represent below xy. So that's why I already stated in the theory of projection, why not we go for third and second angle and the fourth angle projection. That is the reason, overlapping of views, so that never gives any clear idea. So which dimension is represents which directions, whether it is a length or width or height, so we cannot say what it is. So that is the concept. So we are just using only either first angle projection or third angle projection. In some cases we are following first angle projection. A projection of points situated, suppose HP and in front of VP, VP and above HP. So suppose projection of a point situated on horizontal plane, because in the or on the, if any terms represent, that is word, in the HP or on the HP, that means that projection represent on a plane paper or surface along reference line, that is XY line. That is the concept. So the other views may be varying, it depends upon. Yeah, in this, yeah, here it should be in HP in front of VP, but it represent either first angle or fourth angle, because we cannot say, because the point is situated, positioned in horizontal plane exactly. So either it to be or this, but it to be in front of. So like that, the elevation should be in reference line. So we have to remember in our mind. So that word in the or on the. So HP, in the HP or on the HP, if it is comes, so you made to represent positioned exactly in reference line. That is the terms. Yeah, here A dash represent on XY line. So plan view it to be apart, that is in front of. Yeah, suppose VP and above HP, that is ulta. So what I say in the previous, the same thing. Here, so it to be in vertical plane, but above. That is the concept. How it to be? Because in the vertical plane or on the vertical plane means, so the plan view represent in reference line, but elevation may be above XY or below XY. That is the concept here. Yeah, both Both means exactly the true point lies in reference line, that is intersection of planes, reference planes, that is the concept. So, A as well as A dash, that is A dash and A and capital A all lies in same positions, that is the concept. Yeah, now we are able to see some problems, how to solve by giving some problem, is it? Yeah, now we are taken this, draw the projections of the following points on the same reference line keeping the projectors. I already said projector, it's a guiding rays. So vision, while we are looking our vision, that our vision is perpendicular to the papers, because our paper is a 2D. So you have to represent any two directions, either x axis and y axis. But what about our vision? That is z axis, perpendicular to us. So that is the concept. Yeah, here that is projector. Projector is a guidings. So 20 mm apart, because many subdivisions are given, is it? So you have to project it. So one concept, one you have to mind what is that? If any points, if any point is given or any object is there, but if you projected, that point is projected onto the plane, either vertical plane or horizontal plane. But if you found or finding elevation or plan, once you found out elevation, how to find out the other one? That is, the plan view lies in the same projectors, because the projectors are perpendicular to each other, mutually perpendicular to each other. So that's why the perpendicular line is drawn from the XY reference line. So elevation as well as plan lies in the same projectors, it not different projectors. Say for example, if you take letters A, so the letters A of elevation lies in projector, means the letters of plan view A lies in the same projectors, it not comes in different, it not, okay, it not so. So for that practice only, here your account different subdivision from subdivision A to F. So first subdivisions, point A, now we are taken point A, capital A. So where it lies, yeah, now we are questioned, okay, where it lies, please go through this statement. 45 mm above HP and 20 mm in front of VP. So what about the position of this point? First quadrant or first angle projection, that is the concept. So as per this dimension, so 45 mm where above, so 20 mm in front of, so it to be in, that's why here already in the previous session we are saw this. So if any position of objects, so that is first quadrant, so above HP in front of VP, you have 45 mm above HP, 20 mm in front of VP. So what is this? First quadrant. So that is the logic. So as per this statement only, we have to draw now. Yeah, now. So yeah, here we are looked the problem, is it? So what is that problem? Yeah, draw the projection of the following points on the same reference line, because same reference line, no need different reference line, keeping the projector 20 mm apart. So first we have to draw a reference line. So then point A, 45 mm above HP, 20 mm in front of VP. So for this we have to draw this. So draw a horizontal line. Draw a horizontal line. So I think it to be darker, is it? So I just rub it and come back. Thin line, because yeah, one more important things, not only this particular practice, any practice of drawing, initially you have to construct, imagine, so imaginary. So what it is, we can't conform, we should not conform. Yeah, this is, it should be arbitrary because we are not conform, is it? So what to do? So by use of 2H pencil, 2H pencil, you have to take 2H pencil, but pencil you cannot stress, that is impress, don't highly impress. If you impress, what happens? So the impression of your stress is should be transferred onto the paper, not carbon particle. The lead is a carbon particle, it not transfer, but instead it will be sometimes turn out, that is page to be turned, that is turn out, okay, that happens. So why? So you have to take 2H pencil without highly impress, slightly or lightly. So that is the concept, okay. So take 2H pencil, so without impress, very light, that particular line, construction line or any imagination line, only vision to your eyes, very short distance. So your paper and your vision only to be visible. So somebody else looking from some distance, just 0.5 meters, if anybody looking, it's not very clear. So that much of thickness and darkness is enough initially. After conform, then you have to take H pencil and trace. For lettering, HB pencil. So already I stated 3 types of pencil we have to use. So one is 2H pencil for initial work, all construction line, imaginary line, everything you have to do it by 2H pencil. After conform your shape, then again trace perfectly with the sharp by slightly impress, don't highly. H pencil. So for giving lettering or writing of letters or words, statements, then use HB pencil. Yeah, here also don't stress or impress, without impress, with some dark you have to write a lettering practice, that's all. Yeah, here now we go for draw a reference line. Draw a reference line. Reference line. So XY, this is XY line, reference line. So what is the concept? Projectors. For each true object, we need projectors. That is corner. That's why I am telling points is base to construct any object. Points is a base, because with help of points only we are construct straight line. So with help of straight line we construct surface. With help of surface we are need to construct solid object, that is representation. That's why I am telling about points is very essential. So here, so to draw, yeah, one more scale I am taken as a perpendicular, because in the software there is no possibility of mini drafter, but actual practice in drawing board you have to take mini drafter. So mini drafter you have to fix. I already stated in the introduction how to use mini drafter, what is the meaning of mini drafter, and so on. So in mini drafter, one end is fixed, other end is so flexible to move up and down or right or left, okay. So those who are right hand practice, you have to fix a mini drafter in left and top corner. Those who are left hand practice, they may to fix their mini drafter in right upper corner. So that is the practice, because for practicing, so here I can't to take mini drafter, so it is not possible. So I take one more scale, so that should be, I put it in 90 degree. So I want to make it in 90 degree. Yeah, mostly perfection is okay. Yeah, by use of this, because by use of this scale I have to draw a projector. Again, projector is a guiding line, it not dark, it very lighter, that is by use of 2H pencil. Draw a projector here, draw a projectors some distance, draw a projectors. So what is given in the problem? What about the statements? Draw the projection of the following points on the same reference line, keeping the projectors 20 mm apart. Okay, one projector to another projector is 20 mm. So what about the first subdivision? Point A, the true point is given 45 mm above HP, 20 mm in front of VP. So what is the meaning of this one? What is the meaning of 45 mm above HP? So what is the meaning of here? So 45 mm above HP, 20 mm in front of VP. So 45 mm above HP, I already stated. So whenever you sing HP, its elevation, when dimension, so 45 mm. So now we are consider capital A, true point, capital A, true point. So A dash, so elevation or front elevation point. So A, plan view of elevation viewpoint, plan viewpoint. So that is the concept, is it? So true point is given to us, but what about A dash and A, that we have to construct. So what is the A dash? Elevation. So whenever you look HP, that tends to elevation, that is A dash. So what about A dash distance? What dimension is given? 45. Whether it is above or below? Above. So above XY line, we have to measure. Above XY line, we have to measure. How much? 45 mm. From here, measure points. So 45. Try to see 45 mm. That is 4.5 centimeter. So on scale, you have to measure point. Here important is points. So you have to put it dark. Important is point. So 45 mm. That is A dash. This is A dash. Elevation 45 mm above HP. So A dash. Now we represent A dash. Then what about because that's why I am telling. Once you found elevation, what about the another view? Plan view. Where at location we have to draw another projector? No. So we have to draw a points, but where? In the same projectors. This is projectors. That one is projectors. So I have to shown here. If you draw any line, XY line, this is reference line, this is projectors, this is a elevation. So you have to draw any projectors, another. Here you have to mention plan view. This is wrong. If you do separate projector for other views, that is other views means views are different, is it? Say for example 6 numbers of views are there. So right view, left view, front view, back view, top view, bottom view. So 6 views are there. So but we are for projection we are learning about front view, that is elevation, top view, then end elevation, right or left, that depends upon. But the true point location should be in the same projectors wherever it is. That is the concept. So it not like this, it not. So there is a projectors. If you mark the elevation here, the other views, that is plan view, should lies in same projectors, either here or here or here, the same projector. That is the concept. So here we have to do that. So 20 mm, 20 mm, 20 mm. So measure 20 mm. Measure 20 mm by use of mini drafter scale. Please use mini drafter scale, because the separate scale so never gives any perpendicular. Okay, so please take mini drafter scale. So please check, because you have to check before going to. Already I stated why we are going for mini drafter. So before starting any problems, so first you have to set one scale. You have to set one scale, because this is the horizontal scale, is it either top margin or bottom, either any one of the border, either top border or bottom border. So you have to coincide. Coincide means parallel. So first you have to, before start or after change of position of your scales, then if you want to make a horizontal lines inside this chart, everyone should follow. So what? Yeah, you have to go and set horizontal, that is coincidence of either top border or bottom border, because that is consistency. So after fixing, yeah, this is perpendicular, that's why I am telling you. If it is horizontal, this is perpendicular. If you use separate scale, we can't get it perpendicular, it not perpendicular, that is the reasons. Understand? Try to use mini drafter. So in that also, before draw any horizontal line, please go and set top border or bottom border as parallel. After confirm, draw a horizontal line. The other scale is perpendicular. By use of that, draw a perpendicular line. By use of that only, draw a projector. So after that, you have to measure the points for elevation and plan. So now here plan view A. So that's all, because that is projector. So the extended line beyond that points you have to erase by using eraser. So you have to erase. No need this, is it? So try to erase, that's all. Extended after completion, not instant. So only, yeah, now take H pencil. That is, I am using H pencil as a red color. H pencil, take H pencil. So you have to represent dark points. It's very important. Here whatever it black, that should be 2H pencil. Lettering HB, mine lettering HB. So red color represent H pencil. So that is the thought. So this is the first one. So subdivision 1 is over. Subdivision B. So what you are stated, that is each projectors apart 20 mm. So you have to measure. So you have to measure 20 mm apart. Yeah, from here. From here, so we have to measure 20 mm by use of 2H pencil. Then other 20 mm. So you have to measure by use of mini drafter scale. You have to, because A, B, C, D, E, F, that's all. So how many number of points we are required for A, for B, for C, D, E and F? Only up to F. So 6 numbers is there. So up to that you have to mark 20 mm apart points. So after marking, draw a projectors using mini drafter scale. Please take mini drafter scale, fix at top left corner, that is for right hand practice. So if you fix horizontal scale as parallel to any one of the border, and draw a horizontal line. For that horizontal line, you have to conform and use of perpendicular scale, draw a projectors. Draw a projectors. Draw a projectors. (20 mm apart). Draw a projectors. So, draw a projectors. So, move or drag your mini drafter away from, here I place it right hand, but do not put it your mini drafter right side, only in your, those are right hand practice, left side, please bring it in left side, because right side we have to practice, is it? So, for that sense we have to use. So, this is the concept, is it? Now, we are drawn projectors 20 mm apart. So, now we are looking for another problems. That is, what about point B? 40 mm below HP, 40 mm below HP, and 25 mm in front of VP, 40 mm below HP, 25 mm in front of. I am just undoing, is it? Yeah, 40 mm below HP, 25 mm in front of VP, 40 mm below HP. So, what is the meaning of below HP? Below XY. So, you have to measure 40 mm, 40 mm, so measure 40 mm. Measure 40 mm below XY, that is horizontal line. So, below HP. So, what it is actually? Yeah, this is elevation. So, we have to represent B dash, B dash. So, below XY, 25 mm. So, what it is? 25 mm, what it is? 25 mm in front of VP, 25 mm in front of VP, 25 mm in front of. So, in front of, what it is the logic? In front of VP means plan. So, that is opposite. So, that is below, in front of means below XY. So, take this scale, same positions. So, that is 25 mm. So, you have to place it 25 mm, 25 mm, mark. So, that is 25 mm, you have to mark, and now denoted. This one is, so what actually is this? Yeah, one more thing, so you have to produce arrowheads, dimensions. So, that is important. So, that is why you have to erase that lettering and replace. I just do it now, and again I am showing. Yeah, this is B, plan view. So, we have to draw a dimension line. So, after completion, after complete all, then we go for dimensioning. Okay. Yeah, now. Next problem, next subdivision. So, point C, 35 mm above HP, 10 mm behind VP, 35 mm, 10 mm behind VP, 35 mm above HP, 10 mm behind VP, 35 mm above HP. So what's the logic? 35 mm above HP, 35 mm, 35 mm above HP, 10 mm behind, 10 mm behind VP. So behind means that is the, I think that is not, I think it should be behind the VP means either it to be a second quadrant or third quadrant. So either it to be the second quadrant or third quadrant, the plan view represent above XY. So 10 for 10 mm we have mark. So that's why I am telling to here. Yeah, here this is 35 mm above HP, that is C dash, this is C, small c, that is without dash, that represent plan view. Yeah, next problem, next subdivision D, 25 mm below HP, 25 mm, 20 mm behind VP, 25 mm, try to see here, 25 mm below HP, 20 mm behind VP, behind VP. So behind VP means above XY, 25 mm below HP, below. So now we take scale, 25 mm below, 25 mm below, so 20 mm behind, so 20 mm behind, so 20 mm behind, that is above. That is above. Yeah, here we have to state it this 25 mm below HP, that is D dash. We have to represent here D dash. This is D. That's the concept. Next, subdivisions. So point E. So point E on HP. Point E on HP and 50 mm in front of VP. So what's the concept in front of? In front of means either first angle or fourth angle. That is first quadrant or fourth quadrant. That should be below XY, the plan view. VP plan, HP elevation. So elevation or top, sorry, elevation or front. That's the concept. So point E on HP. So what I stated in the demonstration, that is animation, in HP or on HP, that lies in reference line. So here point E on HP, that is in reference line. So 50 mm in front of VP, that is below XY, in front below, behind above XY. Yeah, here point E on HP, that is E dash. So what about plan view? 50 mm in front of VP, below XY. So take minute after scale, minute after scale. So by use of perpendicular scale, measure 50 mm, measure 50 mm, measure 50 mm and represent. This is plan view E. Then the last subdivisions, last subdivision, point F in both the HP and the VP. So both lies in reference. So that is the concept. So here it to be lies in here. So first we have to give a priority, because we have to give a separation. In engineering graphics, by the way of lettering, we are represent what it is. Say for example, if I give any letters A, this denoted points, it's denoted points. So A, B, this denoted lines, because A, B means there is a line, one end is A, another end is B. So for denotion of this, we have lines or edges, lines or edges, either longer edges or shorter edges, maybe. That is lines or edges AB. Suppose if any letters grouped A, B, C and D, A, B, C, D. So, this will gives actually what it is, area or rectangle or square, rectangle or square, like this. So, volume, you know what about volume? It depends upon the lettering and specifications to be represent volume or what we have to say, some shapes. So, I tell you later on whenever we are coming into the projection of solids. These are the logics. So, that is why. But here, so why I am coming in here, the reason is how to represent, because many of they are telling without a separator we have to mention, no problem. The problem is the understanding. So, if I put without separation, that particular point represent there is a straight line perpendicular to us, it lies straight line, but it is not a straight line, it is a point. So, you have to by use of separator, for that separator which one is first, A dash, here F dash or F or capital F, which is, but here we are required projection. For showing projection only two things, elevation, that is front view or top view. So, what we have to give? Yeah, the first priority is given to elevation, F dash. First priority is given elevation, F dash. Suppose they are asking true point, the first priority is true point. Second one elevation, then plan after any end elevations. But suppose here we are asking only projection, so no need of true points. So, first priority is given as elevation, F dash, comma, F. This is important, separator. That is why I am explained why we go for separator. So, why not we put it brackets. So, brackets, but normally some books they are following within brackets, F dash within bracket they are following. So, there is some meaning, is it, whenever we are studying any concept we are go follow in international standard. So, whenever if you put any brackets, what is the meaning? Content, what relevant to what letter is given. So, or abbreviation, short form, like many symbols, many things is there. So, that is why I am not use any bracket, I just use separator as comma. It represent first letter is what it is, second letter is what it is. By use of separator, here I represent, that is all. Yeah, this is the concept to provide or do the projection of points. This is, so after complete this, now we go for dimension. Yeah, that is very essential, because whenever you go for any practice, dimension, if you do it perfectly, that will enlight, that will give brightness, clarity to your chart. That is very essential one, that is why. Here now we go for dimension. Yeah, here some disturbance, so I just erase and come back to that. I come back. Yeah, by use of this scale, so draw a extension line. By use of that scale, I need to draw a extension line. That's extension line I need. So I draw a extension line. Draw a extension line by giving some gaps. Draw a extension line. Here lettering is disturbing me, no? So I just erase. So now draw a extension line. Here from this draw extension line. Here it's important because it's not disturbing to the other dimensions, that's why. Then you take here, here also. So try to erase this. I think that's not required. That is draw extension line. Draw extension line. Try to look how we are producing this extension line. Extension line is important, is it? That's perpendicular to the objects. So for which you need to draw a dimensions. Similarly here draw a extension line. So you have to give some gaps between the objects. Draw extension line. Here also draw extension line. Then here draw extension line. So by use of another perpendicular scale, so draw a dimension line. So place this scale here, draw a extension line, similarly to here, draw a extension line. Draw a extension line. Draw a extension line to here. Then this. Then move to subdivision D. Here subdivision D, then E. Like this you have to draw a dimension line. So after drawn, then arrowheads. So what about that arrowheads? Again I tell you arrowheads, because the arrowheads proportion 1:3. So length, that is width is 1 times, then length, this is length. The concept is width is to 3 times of width, length is 3 times of width. So that is you have to extend this arrowhead like this. Then you have to fill this arrowhead by using shade inside full. So the length of these arrowheads 3 times of width. So this is width. That's the concept. By use of this technique, that is ratio, we have to follow the arrowhead size in here. So we have to do all. So by use of that sense, we have to use arrowheads. So try to produce arrow-heads properly. Yeah, in this fashion only we have to do arrow-heads. So finally, so where to give text? Yeah, here also we have to need where to text. So to give text here erased. Yeah, here we have to text. Here no need of here rubbing the internal midpoint. So we have to rub. So text we have to give. So what about the dimensions here? So as per the statements, so 40 mm above HP, 40 mm, 45 mm above HP, 20 mm in front of VP, 40 mm above HP, 45. So now we have to give 45. Then 20, so what's the dimension here? It's 40. Yeah, this is 25 mm. Here this is 35 mm. Here 10, then we have to move here. This is 25, this one is 20, 25, 20 mm, then this one is 50, this is 50 mm. That's all. So we have to draw a details line, that is guideline to here. That is of around 5 mm. Approximately. So 5 mm we have to draw a line. Here we have to rub this portions. So here we have to write it all dimensions. So we have to write it all dimensions are in millimeter. So we have to write it like this. So this is the concept. By this way only we have to generate these projections. So after completions, the extended portions we have to rub. No need of this extended portion of projectors. So we have to rub it. So not required. So it to be disturbing the other part. That's why we have to erase, rubbed. That's all. So try to look anything else is missing. Here this A dash is missing A. Yeah, here the 40 mm B dash, this is B, then C dash, here this is C dash D, D dash E dash and E, F dash and F. So everything is there. So yeah, if you produce properly, it will look nice. So this is the way to construct. So how to give a number for problems, that's also very important, because in our institutions we are giving instruction to draw a circle around 6 mm diameter. So there is a pro circle. So everybody knows what is a pro circle. By use of pro circle, in that many number of holes are represents, a very small 6 number and other 6 mm hole. By use of 6 mm hole, so we have to draw a circle. By using that, you have to draw a circle by using pro circle. By using pro circle, chose hole number 6, bigger, okay, not much more, slightly bigger, it not too tiny, it to be medium. So that hole you have to select. By using that hole, produce a circle. So in that, inside that circle only, we have to give a numbering of problems. Yeah, this is problem number 1 for projection of points. So we have to print number 1. So this is the concept. So the extra portions I want to delete from here. So this is problem number 1. So next we move on to problem number 2. So what about here problem number 2? A point capital P. A point capital P is 50 mm from the HP and 30 mm from the VP. Draw its projection in all possible position. A point capital P, you have to take one letter, one point. So you have to put it as position. So 50 from HP, 30 from VP. So what are the possible position? First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. 4 possible position, that is 4 angle. So by made it 4, then we have to take 50 mm and 30 mm for respective reference planes. That is the concept here. So now we go for, so what they are given. So 50 for HP, 30 for VP. So second problems. So draw a projector. What they are asking, 4 possible positions. So 4 possible means 4 projectors required. So I take perpendicular by use of mini drafter scale, perpendicular scale. One scale is horizontal, other one is perpendicular. So with the help of that perpendicular scale, so draw a projectors. Yeah, here they are not given any constraint. It is only 20 mm apart between 2 projectors. No constraints. So we have to rough, but please give some more gap for giving dimensions. So projectors, next projectors. So next projectors. So we have to represent, here is it. Yeah. Now take first position. What about first angle projection? So 50 mm above HP, 30 mm in front of VP. So what's the concept of this? Yeah, 50 mm above HP. 50 mm above HP. So we have to mark here 50 mm above HP. So 30 mm in front of, that is 30 mm in front of below xy, below xy. So this is 50 mm above HP is a plan view, sorry, elevation view. So please mind, yeah, sometimes it to be confused, is it? That's why HP gives elevation, VP gives plan view. So 50 mm above HP, that is elevation. So P dash. So 30 mm in front of VP below XY, that is P. So then you have to go for second angle projection. So what about second angle? So both second angle projection 50 mm above HP, 50 mm above HP, 30 mm behind VP, that is second angle. First angle, then second angle position. If you place second quadrant, so what it is? So 30 mm behind VP. So 30 mm behind VP, it comes above XY, 30 mm. This. So now this one is P dash, this is P. Then third angle projection. So in third angle, so 50 mm below HP, third angle, HP below, 50 mm below HP. So 50 mm below HP, then 30 mm behind, 30 mm behind, 30 mm behind. So this is P dash, this one is P. Next, so finally fourth quadrant, so 50 mm below HP, so 50 mm below HP, below XY, then so 30 mm in front of, because fourth quadrant, in front of VP, so 30 mm in front of VP below XY, so 30 mm. So that is the concept. So this is P, this is P dash. So now dimension. So now first draw extension line for each points, draw extension line for each points by use of 2H pencil or H pencil, no problem. Yeah, for this also. So for all points you have to draw a dimension lines. Draw a dimension lines. By use of perpendicular scale, draw a dimension line. By use of this, draw a dimension line. Yeah, similarly for this, draw a dimension line. The next one here, draw a dimension line. Next, that is dimension line. Similarly for this, yeah, after completion Now arrowheads. Now arrowhead. So try to draw arrowheads at proportion 1:3. So draw neatly. So this will improper arrow size, shabby our drawings. So properly do the arrowheads. So we have to take effort to generate dimensions. So otherwise it showing our inability, is it? So because legibly, even though if you find or found about the drawings, but this particular dimension gives inability and not legibility of drawings. That is the reason. Please take some effort to give a good arrowhead size and lettering. That's appropriate. So then take eraser and remove some portions in middle to give a text. So we need to give a text, is it? So try to erase some portions for giving a text. So this is 50 mm, this is 30 mm. So 30 mm, this is 50, 30, 30, this is 50, this is 50, 30. So I think here, yeah, here we have to check, okay, but 30. So that is the reasons. So we have to do it. So then you have to erase the extended portions. So no need of these things. So these portions not required. That's why I tell you to draw using 2H pencil without high impress. That's the reasons. Yeah, this is the way to generate the projection of points for initial basics. So to initiate the projection theory as well as further for solids, this type of problem is enough. So to learning purpose. So while come to straight line, many number of problems are there. So in that we have to see how those straight lines are helping us, how to construct, how to project, and those details we have to see in the next session. So in this session only we are looking about projection of points, how the points are projected. So what is the meaning, how to generate and construct the points. So I already stated, is it, the point must be in which color? Red color. So you have to, after finishing, you have to put points dark. So that should be in dark. So that is final after completion, because otherwise it not look like a points, it is a straight line. So projection of points, the points is darker than other lines. That's why I stated all lines are by using 2H. All lines are by using 2H pencil. So these points are H pencil, just showing brighter than that particular lines, so thin lines. So that is the concept. So with this, in this session I just completed projections of points. So thank you friends, thank you viewers, thank you students.